Okay, so I want to talk about this weapon, right? Because you can't believe how wieldy it is. You don't. It's like an involuntary. You're not controlling it, and in the sense that you're not trying to control the visible aspect of love. Like some people try to wield it on like a campaign, like marketing themselves for some kind of title or something that they want to help them exert influence, and it becomes something that can be like they just want to change. It's PR. It's PR. Tokenism is a deteriorated form of public relations, or something like you could just take credit for someone else's contribution or something like this, right? And because I guess love is work made visible or something, it doesn't always reveal the progenitors of it. It doesn't reveal its own proliferators. So the ones that are proliferating love can't always be seen, which is a good thing, because every now and then, when somebody is trying to manipulate and they need an aspect of having been shown themselves to be a certain amount of reflection and consideration, which would go into what we see as love and work made visible, right? It, without me controlling or anybody controlling it, it will reveal that there are that there's from you know there there's different kinds, right? Like, but it would reveal, and then is a big panic happens because this is a weapon. Like, because I'm not controlling it, when it reveals itself, not everybody's interested in you showing up, but it's too late. You know what I mean? It's just because nothing. It's like you don't have to do anything more to show out if you showed up. When it reveals itself, if you show up, they go into this, like, they try to deplatform, and they try to go into this mode of trying to distract everybody, shake everybody up with something, rile everybody up with a logismoi or a fear or something like that, like like an inhibition or something. Like they'll try to work on everybody inhibition. They'll try to do something to distract, and then to set back the construct to, so that you, like it was before when it was not revealing, before everybody notices. It's like a fear. Like, it's not the fear that you may, it's not the fear that you might love. It's the fear that you might recognize that you do. Because you can choose not to at the moment that you can believe all of these manipulations, that it's like all of these manipulators pop out because they got to protect the grift. They got to protect and there's going to be a grift involved, because how do you show and prove that you're paying attention and that you're reflecting and that you're consideration if you didn't come in handy with regards to being opposed to that kind of move to to steal people away? It's to take away. It's like they're, because they think that because you're not reputable enough to talk about it, maybe. So that's the fear. Because you weren't reputable enough to talk about it, then all of a sudden you're the only one that can be relied on to be consistent with your with your virtue, like to be consistent with with that purpose that is innate. It's like you don't gotta explain it, you don't gotta answer for it. It's, you know, you're imbued with something, then it's to be looked at. Then if you're not asking for credit and everything, then why are you back at me? Why are we back at this? Why are we back to this? You know, and if they didn't want to acknowledge that we are back to this because somebody's gonna get fired, then you got yourself a nice little ritual going on. What do you got? What do you want? You got yourself a nice little hustle. And it's like, because I'm not going to be like wearing my virtues on my sleeve and trying to, you know, tell people that they don't have any confidant. You know what I mean? Like, it's like trying to say that I'm a gift of, like, you're lucky just to have one friend, or you're lucky to, like, I don't know how lucky anybody is to have how many friends. If you, just because they're come few and far between, you know, doesn't mean that that I know how many you know what I mean, like, it's possible and shit like that. And it's like, these type of grifters are just, they're glorified salesmen, but they have names that sound like a doctor or something like that. You know, like Fauci or whatever his title is and shit. It's he's not really a doctor. Like, these, like, people are like fucking around with these titles, and it's getting on my nerves. Because you're supposed to, at some point in time, take them seriously, and you don't realize is that we have the capacity to, like, make Teddy Ruxpin the leader of the fucking free world or something like that, because he's cute, adorable, lovable teddy bear. You know, we already find it difficult to stay upset with women for a long time. It's like a little bit weird staying mad at a woman. And then administrations are going to be like, we'll give you a woman. You'll give me a woman? That's pandering. So you're going to bring us heels up Kamala Harris. Heels up Harris. I can't even, like, I told my mom that Kamala sits on exculpatory evidence and keeps people in jail past when there's evidence that could free them. She's just like, no. Like fucking Peterson, what's his name? He's not like that, but I guess anybody could be. Because I can make his voice in a lot of, what's his name? Some Peterson, Jordan Peterson. Yeah, okay. So it's he has the easy voice to impersonate. Everybody, it doesn't matter what side you are on of the, like, lockdownerisms in Munchausen. Because my mom's a Munchausen syndrome. There's some spellcraft on her. Someone's controlling her that is like monarch butterfly something. And it's like, I already explained it, so there's nothing left for me to talk about monarchs and butterflies and shit. It doesn't pertain any further than it was just, you know, just describing your mom, because she was caught up in a Beatlemania and the induced mass hysteria for the, you know, they wanted the social media conduit to the masses because they like to engage ritual en masse. It's the only way to engage. That's how they have. If you think about how they keep the psyche of the masses, you know what I mean, and propaganda, then and reductive reasoning, it has to be that they engaged in mass ritual, like, you know, something that you do all the time is a ritual. Something that you repeat over and over again is a ritual. Anything that you do to aggregate the kind of information or society that you want is a ritual. You know, brushing your teeth is a ritual. People, you say you hate rituals, but it's not about, you're not, you don't understand. You don't understand. There are some rituals that are demonic and everything like that. But the point is not to say that everybody that you're looking up to is somebody that you've seen that you could see at one of those rituals or something, or if they drained a baby with an Ajante dagger. I can imagine that somebody does it and somebody else likes it aesthetically, and somebody else thinks there's a way to consolidate a pact with for power, or somebody else think. And then these people, like, they, whether or not they does it, it's like, oh, I'm bad because I think that they, what I'm saying? We're weird because we think that they look like they're fresh up off of ritual. I'm talking about them dead ass eyes. You know what I mean? So if I know and I can see, then I don't got to help anybody understand what I see or what I know before I can wield it or use it to affect some kind of a rise. Then, only if you want credit or somebody to pat you on the back or to agree with you, then you'll be like, then people like my mom would, tell you that you done good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but she doesn't really, it's like she's just controlled. She doesn't want to steer me wrong, but she'll tell me to go worship Satan or something, because I happen to know the difference between the, Crossroads demon and some Fabian Confucius society, fucking somebody with a good boy position in a Fabian society. I'll just say that's Satan in right there. He doesn't have to be Satan. We're not fucking trying to argue empiricism. I just need to fucking it to do what it do. You know what I mean? But like every time my mother will choose that person and fucking we'll have it out about that. We're like, no, they're like, you need to see through this and everything. And she's like, no, they're great. At least they don't lie. Like some dumb shit like this. Like, at least he doesn't lie. Like, well, I can't really press the issue. Because at least she doesn't lie. Like I don't want to destroy her belief system and her psyche and have her losing her that was her like the Omicron baby Jesus. You know what I mean? Like the fucking the pandemic shit. That was like, she was like in deep. She was like in deep, like kind of like trance, like they're like controlled and shit. If they're walking around sleepwalking or something, then I'm not gonna call her a devil worshiper because she was walking around asleep with a fucking candle in a silky gown and fucking at night walking around the fucking woods with a fucking mutilated animals. You know what I mean? That's your mother. Like, she never lied to you. You know what I mean? It's not that I'm doing mental gymnastics and excuses for her. She's a midget mentally. I'm like a midget. I'm not even supposed to be alive, like, because if your mother's dumb, you're probably not going to live very long. So I'm like a miracle. You know what I mean? Like, they import their own death. They import your own death to you with their condemnation prior to investigating anything. And that she just says, I'll make a decision when I get the information. I'll look at it and we'll decide. I'm not even at you like that. Decide on what? You don't even know what I'm telling you. Make a decision. You mean on the nature of the way, whatever it is that I analysis? It also reminds me if I'm asking her for money to buy a drum set when I was a kid. She's putting it back in this situation where it's like you're asking her for money. And now I remember I was drunk in my early adult life when I would ask her for money. Now that is shameful. That's a shameful behavior. You know what I mean? Now it's like the only reason I could be in a position to borrow is because she saw that when I was in a position to help that I did, but she wasn't helped by it because she wasn't positioning herself in a way to get everybody upward mobile. She wasn't part of it again. It's like she wasn't she didn't support my sister's college education. My sister had to work all these fucking jobs and all these fucking establishments, drinking establishments, and I don't want to say they're meat markets, but people where all the groping is at the fucking nightclubs and shit like that. They don't, you know what I mean? Like all the little incidents and everything, that's all in the club and everything like that with all the drunk people and everything. Like, it's not really a great place. Why would the fuck, at the same time that you're learning, yes, to do these kind of jobs, like, fuck that. It's all bullshit. But no, she was kicking it with somebody who's always talking about how she's for the streets. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't even know her. Like, she's for the streets. She's gonna be a this and that. And he was looking at the darker aspect of those kind of places and establishments that young people got to work at. But there's a lighter side of that, where they're just financing their college educations and everything like that. They're not gonna go be a go-go dancer, you little bitch. Like, sometimes I dreamed about killing this nigga. He's so negative. Yeah, I can't. To get any exposure to them, I have to let just let your mom take all that poison. Don't even know about any of that shit. To complain about it, and more people. It's like people don't even want to hear about this shit. So I need psychotherapy. Because fucking, I want to smash and fucking, oh look, your mom is just like wants you to get fucked up in this game and go to jail and killing this nigga. And then she won't act like she doesn't trust me. He's a old fucking fart. He's not gonna step to me. I could beat his ass. Doesn't mean I am gonna beat his ass. It just means that he can't do shit. Now what's the problem? They just don't want to see the real reason why I'm not, welcome around is because he's in his feelings. Because he got his feelings hurt. Yeah, it's not because, oh, you showed your dick to my daughter. He's a fucking stupid ass, fucking lying ass. And he sacrificed his daughter because now she has to go along with everything to make sure that he knows that, because he's like fucking, you gotta. If somebody showed their dick to your daughter, why are you asking, like, oh, if you were just respectful, I'll bring you back around? Fuck off, nigga. Fuck you talking about, clown? I want to kill this nigga. But, that's now it's like fucking, oh, are you having thoughts and shit, or you got to get the watch people on this motherfucker. Don't fucking you don't got to ask me to change. If you need to keep an eye on somebody like that, keep an eye on somebody that already ruined his daughter because she had to appease, like, you can hold out stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to have a car, like, you're not going to be able to go out. You have to study and make it seem like you're helping her to become an A student, which you're forcing her to be the valedictorian. Because all the time that she's like, you could just be like, you're not going out, you know what I mean? Because you want to hang out with your sister. You're not going. You want to hang out with your sister. He didn't fucking think that far ahead. These people are going to grow up. 1, okay. 2, we're going to be her real family. Because you still need to say all these things about my dad, and you still need to present something. Whereas I can recall you gave my sister a pair of some lingerie that was a little rose. It was a flower, but the flower came apart in his lingerie. He gave it to a 12-year-old. He gave her that gift for her birthday. Okay, you ain't gonna tell me that because I'm outside early in the morning, pissing on your car when I was a teenager because I got mad and I peed on his car. That his baby in the baby carriage inside the fucking house is gonna get up and look out the window at 6 a.m. when there's no, everybody's curtains is closed, and plus it's cold, so I don't want anybody to see what I got. My downstairs mix up all fucking shrunk in down to a rice, you know what I mean, shrunk all down to a weenie tot. I want nobody to see that. So how the fuck are you a lewd lasciviousness fucking exposing yourself? Fuck off. Fuck. And anytime he bring that up, if now I was like, oh, ask her if she remembers. It'll destroy everything he's talking about. So you're not allowed to come around. You know what I mean? You could just destroy me. I don't even gotta get mad. How am I gonna get mad if you accuse me of something and I'm looking at the evidence is right across the table and it's your daughter? She's fucking evidence. You know what I mean? Fuck off. She'd be like, it wasn't even worth it to have a car. Or, you know what I mean? I could have waited a couple years to have a car, and then, you know what I mean? But no, because she's going to be my sister. She's going to be my sister's sister. She's going to be my sister. It's like, nigga, what do you fucking need to understand? You're going to tell me that's my wife. What the fuck? She told me you were her friend. What the fuck are you fucking fuck? What the fuck? Fuck all this nonsense. Two stupid people probably should never. It's probably because I'm not his blood. I have blood outside of that relationship, so it didn't kill me. All this stupid shit didn't kill me. Because if they would have had a boy, he'd be dead. If they had a girl, she could still have a regular life, but she's got diabetes at such a young age. You know what I mean? Because they had her going back to the refrigerator constantly. You got to get them grades. You got to make sure that you don't even get a B, because it's a 4.0, then scholarship or something out then. Like he was like telling her, I don't want to have to worry about you because you're going to get this 4.0. And she got it. Along with fucking diabetes. That's just what it is. Are you going to be petrified then if it ever is shown that one has a certain amount of nobility, that if their sacrifice has been revealed or something, it's their sacrifice. They didn't control when it was revealed, but sometimes you have to take, it's like you're not supposed to take credit for, but sometimes you have to. For what, right? For not doing nothing, and they couldn't understand it. Yeah. It's gonna be like an award ceremony, and they won't understand why it's an award ceremony because then nobody do anything. No, you didn't reap any rewards, and you didn't witness any catastrophe or anything like that. What do you expect, though? You're over there telling people fucking arbitrary bullshit that would, if you established it the right way, wouldn't be a problem for anybody. You just don't go about it the right way. So sorry, kid. Sorry, what? You know what I mean? But so they have to hold out something over everybody else. That's why they be doing some of those rituals. I'm not talking about these particular people. I'm assuming that there is way more evil people than even that, okay?